Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Alan Wake episode. Let's get into it. Alright. So we're restoring the power again. Still in the loophole. Oh, let me get my ammo. Alright, let's go. Is this my right hand? Yeah. That's weird. Thought I was moving weird. Oh, there's a manuscript. Gotta get that for the economy. Whatnot. 30 pages. Let's see. Stairs. So I'm gonna talk about Halo Reach in that series. So for the achievements, I'm just gonna leave the achievements on. I don't really know what I'm gonna do with that. But since
like a little hamster in a wheel. Go ahead and keep running for all the good it'll do you.
But since it's like, you know, the first playing of the game, I'm just gonna leave them in. And then as of the music, I don't know if it's copyrighted yet because it's still needing to be uploaded. Of course, you guys will have seen the video before this. But as for music, I might just do my own. But of course, the first episode is just kind of trying it out and seeing what's good and not. No, 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 I don't want the assault rifle. So yeah, that's that. Is that inside? No, that's outside. So it's like there's one right there and one right there. Alright, well, I'll have to go get them. I really do wish they gave you a stamina bar so that you know how long until you run out, because it'd be useful. Seems to be really quiet. There's another one back here. Outside. Let me read these here so that we know.
It's obvious that for all his power, Mr. is an agent of another greater being. The dark place he came from is full of terrible alien intelligences, dark presences, and none of them should be let loose in our world. He serves one of them. He'll open the way for them if I don't stop him. But he'll do more. He'll take over my life. He already has my face. He already uses my name. He'll become Alan Wake in every way imaginable and corrupt everything, unless I can stop him.
Okay, and then...
For Serena Valdivia, burning the midnight oil was more of an exception than a rule. A procrastinator and a perfectionist, she often worked when she wouldn't be disturbed. Tonight was especially important. The film festival would open tomorrow, and there was still so much to sort out. It wasn't that the work hadn't been done. She just didn't feel like she had completely mastered everything yet.
All right. Okay, just the middle one. All right. The light definitely runs out faster than the first game. Spiders are a little more persistent. It's the only problem with them. I'm sorry that the first episode, this took really long for me to figure out. Okay, it's gonna take too long. Hunting rifle is good for spiders! But the ammo is terrible. Okay, manuscript is here. Yep. Alright. "32 out of 53 pages. Jeez, that scared me. How did I get out of here again? Alright, went around. Oh, that scared me though, like, Jesus.
If you die, you lose. If you quit, you lose. If you make it to the end of the loop, you still lose. Sucker.
And you think that would work? I bet you don't. Alright, doing this again. Oh, no, 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 please. Really? Don't be like this. Heard the other one. At least they're giving me ammo. do this again. Alright.
The Champion of Light knows that the time itself is about to end. At least for him. He can feel the dead end rushing towards him. But there is time to act. Incomplete or not, he has the weapon.
I don't have the whole thing, but maybe it's enough.
Oh, there's more. Canon. Film. Alright, change the date. Here you go again.
It's not enough. You're trying to be cute, aren't you? What are you up to? It's a waste of time, buddy. You should just lie down and die. Let me take over. This is the only thing you've got coming to you. From here to eternity. No matter how many times you come back.
Time folds back on itself. Again, his senses scream as the very impossibility of what is happening assaults them. But the Champion of Light endures. Each time he gets a little closer. Each time another detail falls into place. Now, the trap works against the Herald of Darkness.
Alrighty. The house is sinking? Divers Island. Okay. It's weird that the...
Holy shit. What are you, the King Hillbilly?
What's interesting is there's, instead of Hydro Flask or whatever, it's, do I have to shoot? It's the manuscripts themselves. Can you? I wish there was melee. It's manuscripts now. So I don't think he had a shield. Or, he had darkness. Because, just one second, I saw a manuscript back here and it's telling me I passed it. Oh. I did. Let's see if it talks about Hillbilly Boy.
Thor and Odin Anderson, old gods of Asgard. I still don't quite know what to make of them. I know they used to be rock stars who modeled their stage personas after Norse gods. I know they're old. I know that in their day they fought the darkness as I do. I know they're demented and insane, ravaged by age and self-abuse. But there's something in them, something powerful that took hold when they were touched by the powers beyond. A thing that goes far beyond just stage names. Something godlike.
Be interesting to see if we get to see that. Restock on ammo here.
Right on cue, bubbling to the surface from untold depths, the horrors come. The emerging monsters do not expect the warm reception that has already been prepared for them.
Oh, cool. There's something flying around, so I was like, I don't want to get hit. Alright, let's do this. Hey. Ew, I don't like that. I like my flashlight being on the left.
Next stop, saving Emma.
Dude, you never save her. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, no, he is a full of darkness. Oh! Any script. Wall. Ready. It's just the SMG, right?
This time I just went, oh, he's gonna be right along to save my ass.
Not as long as I show up, I guess. Clear now.
Did that refill? Nope.
Yeah, thanks for saving me again. I'd hate to die before I'm scheduled to be murdered.
I guess I have you to thank for setting everything up at the oil derrick.
Yeah, well, I figured that if we were going to go over this again, we might as well try to be smart about it, huh?
I appreciate it. You took a big chance doing that. You okay?
What do you think? I've died twice. I remember everything pretty clearly now. You said I was gonna be okay.
I don't know what happened.
Well, it's not your fault. I think one of those, what did you call them? The takers? I think they did something to the power and they got me that way.
I'm sorry.
But I got the keys from the dead guy in that room. And I'm not handing them over until you do something about this. I'm sick of getting killed.
Fair enough.
By securing the fuse box. Alright. Sounds easy enough. And there's a manuscript over there that I can go pick up. Oh, and I should probably look at the TV again. Because there's always a different story on that. Here, let's read these. Let's look at the story.
Alice and Barry, my wife and my best friend, are easily the two most important people in my life. And they've never really gotten along with each other. I suppose both of them resent the other's intrusions into what they considered their domain. After I was gone, they maintained an uneasy truce. My book stayed in print, still selling, the licensing machine churned away. She was my wife and controlled the intellectual property. He was my agent and took care of the business. I wish they found more common ground than that.
Alright.
Getting the Andersons into the recording studio was a struggle and a half. But once they actually picked up the instruments, something happened. They were two old men, and they weren't. They were doddering bags of bone, and they were barely contained power. And there was music. Barry rubbed his hands together. He knew how to pick a winner. Now all they needed was some direction on how to make things a little more modern. Barry had never produced a thing in his life, but he knew what he liked. He knew Balance Slays the Demon was going to be a hit.
Alright.
Emma wasn't sure exactly when the man arrived at the motel, but from what she could tell, the party started almost immediately. It was infectious, spreading from one room to another. He was mercurial, almost as if he was flickering through the scene, telling a joke here, throwing an insult there, oozing sex and violence and excitement. She had never seen someone like this before. He looked at her and smiled, and she felt her heart flutter a little. She knew he was the kind of man mothers warn their daughters about, but she told herself it didn't matter.
Alright, time to watch the TV.
So I've been thinking about Barry. I don't know what to do about him yet. I mean, I'm not gonna keep him around, that's for sure. Al? Ugh, little parasite. Your best friend. Really? That's the best you can do. I actually kinda like the guy. He's a plucky little butterball. He plays the clown, that's a hard road to take. But I don't need him sticking his fat face in my business. Did you know he's been hanging out with the sheriff from that shitty little town? They keep in touch. Barry's about the only guy who insists that you're not dead. How about that? I might keep him alive for a while. Just to see him go to pieces when I fire his ass. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Alright. Alright. Alrighty, boys, let's do this. Yeah, I didn't think so. Really? That's securing it just by pulling a lever? Okay.
Okay. I really don't think they can get to the power now.
Thank you. That's a relief. Here's the keys that you needed.
Thank you.
Hey, I have to tell you, at the diner, I went there with him. The guy who looks like you, okay? I know I said that I didn't.
Yeah, I figured. Want to talk about what happened at the diner?
There was this guy from the observatory, and he just attacked the poor dude, smashed his face into the tabletop a bunch of times. It was horrible. I didn't know that he was gonna do that. I swear. And I just ran. I just left him there. I didn't even try to help.
There was nothing you could have done. It's not your fault.
Well, he's dead in that motel room now, so excuse me if I feel pretty shitty about it anyway.
Alright, well. Not much I can do there. Let's go into different ones, because there's supposedly a manuscript in here. That's flare gun ammo. Manuscript is out back. It must be. Let me go get that really quick. Oh, it's not up there. You tripped on a chair and like, wow, that is the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen. Alrighty, boys, let's go. Seriously, I slipped on a chair.
The fate of countless individuals hangs in the balance, threatened by the machinations of the Herald of Darkness. And yet, for a moment, the Champion of Light breathes a little easier. He has saved one life. For this moment, it is enough. And soon, perhaps, he can put an end to this. Returning to the observatory for what he hopes is the final time, the man feels anticipation and dread in equal measure. Soon, he knows, he will have what he needs.
Alrighty.
Hello, I was expecting you. I've already taken care of the imaging array, but you should still look into securing the primary coolant flow. With some luck, you may be able to light the area before these things even show up. Very good. I believe we're ready to look into the sky.
Right there, Doctor.
Again with the car. That's not cool. Okay. There's an actual person. I saw manuscript. What? I have... a...
The atmosphere in the projection booth at the drive-in was charged, almost unreal. Despite that, the air felt cool and refreshing this late at night. It'd been a hot day. The summer was nearing its end, but it wasn't over yet. The darkness rose from the depths of Cauldron Lake and took Alice. It needed words. It needed me to write its way into our world. She was leverage, a hostage. I complied, but with a twist. I put in a loophole that gave me a chance to fight back. I was hunted by shadowy enemies, but I faced the darkness. I fought it with light. I drove it back. I saved Alice, but it came with a cost. I was trapped in the dark place below Cauldron Lake. Stories come naturally to us. We can't help it. There are many different worlds, many competing realities within our heads, fueled by books, television, even barely remembered childhood tales. There's an endless supply of fictional concepts more familiar to us than anything or anyone real. We have a far greater connection to the fictional characters we know and love than the random people we pass on the street. Our destinies and inspirations are shaped by lies, myths, and fables.
Kind of true, though.
There are places where our world is worn thin, and another reality brushes against ours. One such site is Cauldron Lake near Bright Falls, Washington. But there are others. That other reality is dark, vast, and malleable, always in flux. In its depths dwell vast forces and alien energies. They're dangerous. But in one of these places, if you know how, you can channel the power of that place and use it to shape reality.
Let me close this closet, guys. It's bugging me.
The Taken may well be the tool the darkness favors over any other. At some point, they used to be human, but whatever humanity they once had is long gone. Now they're just shells covered and filled by darkness. The Taken Mr. throws at me are more grotesque and varied than the ones I first encountered in Bright Falls. But I know how to deal with them. I'd be lying if I said they don't frighten me. But I've survived worse. I can't let them stop me. When Dr. Rachel Meadows got the call from Michael, telling her to hurry to the observatory, she didn't waste any time. It had been a nice party. She'd had a good time, but her social life would always play second fiddle to the mysteries of space. Michael never showed up, of course. He pulled over at the wrong rest stop. She never even thought about him at the time. The phenomenon in the sky above her was too fascinating.
Sorry about this, guys. It's just taking forever.
The film noir poster reminded me of Alex Casey, the detective's cool exterior never cracking even with the gun pointed in his face. In the back room, all the lights had been turned off, except for the lone spotlight which illuminated the bright red fire extinguisher on the wall. This act of creation is exhilarating and frightening. Subtext and symbols loom eager to take effect. Causality and consequence become domino chains that stretch into infinity. The more fundamental the change, the more unpredictable the variables become. Reality is too complex to control completely. Ordinary questions become meaningless. Who created who? What is really real? Everything is as real as everything else. You learn to let go of the things you can't control and go with the flow, or go insane.
I got that right. Alright. Just wanted to get those over with because I was like, Jesus. Oh well. Oh, you're one of these guys. Ignore those 2 shots that I just missed.
Come on in.
Give me a second. Oh, man. Need ammo.
this is what you look like. Does that bother you? I bet it does. I'm not just wearing your face, you know. It goes a lot deeper than that. There's a lot of you and me. All the best parts. At first, I was just an idea. But they kept telling all those stories about you. You already had that rep. And then you disappeared mysteriously. And then, the stories about bad, crazy Alan Wake came true. And here I am. That's the best part, isn't it? When that happens, you can always count on Cauldron Lake. I'm just as real as you are. And I'm the improved version. No fears, no doubt, no weaknesses, no self-deception here. I don't let anything drag me down. I know you like I know myself. I know it bothers you that I'm like this, that I use your name, crawl my way into your life. But I only do it because I'm better at being you than you ever were.
Alright. You got ammo, cause... No, 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 no.
Gary, you need to protect the telescope or we can't complete the signal.
Why? This is all copyrighted.
There, I have it. But I wish these things would stop blatantly violating the laws of physics in my observatory. That's just rude. Are you all right?
I'll live.
I'm glad. I'll send the lift down to you. I remember our previous encounters very clearly now. But technically, if this really is a loop in time, we've never met before. I don't know why our awareness persists, but it's bloody fascinating.
Let's do this again.
Doctor?
You know, I know physicists who would give 15 years of their lives for a chance to experience something like this.
I'd imagine that being stalked by horrible axe murderers would curb their enthusiasm a little.
Clearly you've never met hardcore physicists.
I'm glad you're in such good spirits,
The
but
signal! Yes, it's completed.
finally.
In a strange way, he feels at ease. He is armed with his own words, and when the time comes, they will be enough or they will not. For now, he's content to let the currents take him toward the final confrontation.
Be odd if it ended so soon. It's only been, what, 3, 4, 5 episodes? I don't know how many episodes I've done. Don't bully me.
Once more, we return to the drive-in. If he's aware of the absurdity of arming oneself with a few sentences and standing against a power that can pierce time itself, he doesn't show it. The man has his share of weaknesses, perhaps more, but cowardice is not among them.
Alright. Back at the power plant.
Oh, you got yourself a little plan, do you?
$49 bullets. Okay. Oops. I'm gonna need a shotgun. Nice. Okay. Let's take this. 'Cause I need it. See what we got this time. Nothing? Nothing's gonna try and eat me? That's new. Or actually, it's not new, but they put it back. I thought that was gonna be too easy. Okay. Nice. Whoa! Wasn't expecting that. Almost ran into that.
Never getting out of this wake, never! Don't worry, I'll take care of your wife and your life!
Okay.
You're never getting out of this, Wake. Never! Don't worry. I'll take care of your wife and your life.
I do like the music, but it's probably copyright, definitely. Let me go back, get this ammo. Oh, never mind. Okay.
I don't know what you think you're doing, but I'll send you right back to the beginning.
Don't want to waste my machine gun ammo, even though I'm gonna get more.
What? You think whatever it is you're gonna do is gonna make a difference? This'll end up just like before!
Where's this, Oh, now I need to watch this too. Not going to. Yep, do it.
Again, the champion of light enters the final trap. The new reality is almost here. All he needs to do is change the details of the scene, push it past the breaking point, and the rest will snap into place.
Okay.
Oh, come on, buddy. Why don't you... What? What is this? No! No! You can't do this! All I did was take the things you always wanted and never had the balls to go for! It's my turn now! It's my life! It's my life!
Alan? Is it really you?
It's really me.
How? I love you.
I love you.
A woman, a man, two lovers, held apart for far too long, enveloped in the light of a glorious dawn. They both feel it. He's home at last. Are these actual events, or merely a dream? A memory, or a glimpse of what is to come? One thing is certain. This scene takes place in another time and another place, far, far away from Night Springs.
Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Look at those palm trees, damn!